In the heat of an argument, have you ever seen someone suddenly go quiet, their expressions shutting down like a door slamming shut? It's not laziness or disinterest, but a psychological fortress being raised. These individuals, often deemed as evasive or aloof, are not just avoiding conflict. They are practicing what psychologist Dr. John Gottman calls stonewalling, a self-preservation tactic to prevent emotional overwhelm. But what if this retreat isn't a weakness, but a sign of profound emotional intelligence? What if it's a strategy to conserve energy, to avoid the destructive power of escalating conflict? Let's delve into the psychology of those who choose silence over argument, and uncover the hidden strength in their seemingly passive response. Reframe the shutdown as an act of relational integrity. You are the guardian of the bridge, refusing to let the fire of an argument burn it down. They stand at the threshold, not as cowards retreating, but as sentinels choosing not to engage. This is the essence of reframing shutdowns as acts of relational integrity. Picture a heated debate, voices rising, tempers flaring. In the midst of this, someone steps back, refuses to escalate. They are not avoiding conflict, they are preserving the connection. This is akin to the philosophical concept of apathy from phenomenology, where one suspends judgment to achieve clarity. They are not giving in, they are creating space for understanding. Consider the bridge between two people, a metaphor for their relationship. During an argument, emotions run high, words can become weapons, and the bridge can catch fire. The person who shuts down is the guardian of this bridge. They see the flames licking at the wooden planks, hear the crackling of potential damage. So, they refuse to throw more fuel on the fire. Instead, they step back, letting the flames die down naturally. This isn't a withdrawal, it's a protective measure. In psychology, this aligns with the concept of emotional regulation, where individuals manage their emotions to achieve a desired outcome. The guardian of the bridge understands that arguments, when uncontrolled, can lead to lasting damage. They prioritize the long-term health of the relationship over the immediate satisfaction of winning a dispute. It's not about avoiding conflict, it's about choosing battles wisely. They know that some arguments are like wildfires. Once they start, they're hard to control and can leave a trail of destruction. Moreover, this act of shutting down can be seen as a form of nonviolent communication, a concept introduced by Marshall Rosenberg. It's about honoring the relationship by refusing to use hurtful words or actions. The guardian of the bridge communicates their boundaries without aggression, ensuring that the connection remains intact. They understand that true strength lies not in dominating the argument, but in preserving the relationship. This perspective transforms the shutdown from a passive act into a powerful statement of relational integrity. Use "you" to describe the deep emotional processing happening behind your quiet eyes. You aren't empty, you are full of words that you are choosing not to use as weapons. Behind your quiet eyes, a storm of emotions brews, not a void. You are not empty, you are a reservoir of words, thoughts, and feelings, carefully dammed up. This is not passivity, it's a conscious choice, a strategic retreat. It's a defense mechanism that psychologist Carl Rogers termed defensive withdrawal, a way to protect your emotional core from perceived threats. It's not that you don't care, it's that you care deeply, and you refuse to let your words become weapons, to let your emotions escalate into battles you'd rather not fight. You are processing, analyzing, feeling. Every word unspoken is a thought considered, a feeling weighed. You are not lazy or disengaged, you are engaged on a deeper level. You're like the highly sensitive person, HSP, described by psychologist Elaine Aron, who processes information deeply and thoroughly, which can lead to a rich inner life but also a need for more time alone to recharge. Your quiet is not a vacuum, it's a sanctuary, a place where you can sort through the complexities of your emotions without the pressure of immediate response. You are choosing peace over conflict, introspection over reaction. It's not that you don't have words, you have too many, and you're sifting through them, searching for the right ones. You're like the philosopher Socrates, who believed in the power of questioning and dialogue, but also in the importance of knowing when to speak and when to listen. Your silence is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength, of self-awareness, of emotional intelligence. It's a testament to your understanding of the power of words, and your reluctance to misuse them. Your quiet eyes hold not emptiness, but a universe of unspoken thoughts, feelings, and insights. Validate the internal retreat as a way to stay authentic. You refuse to participate in the artificial performance of a shouting match because it feels dishonest to your soul. When faced with conflict, some individuals choose not to engage in heated arguments or shouting matches. This response, often perceived as withdrawal or avoidance, can be understood through the lens of psychological concepts such as emotional regulation and authenticity. For these individuals, the internal retreat is not a sign of weakness but a conscious choice to stay true to their values and emotional integrity. It's a defense mechanism rooted in the need for self-determination, a core aspect of self-determination theory, which posits that people are driven by intrinsic motivations to maintain autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Engaging in what they perceive as an artificial performance of a shouting match feels dishonest, a betrayal of their genuine self. It's like being asked to perform in a play with a script that contradicts their inner dialogue, a role they cannot authentically portray. Consider a scenario where two colleagues disagree on a project approach. While one might raise their voice and insist on their perspective, the other might choose to withdraw, not out of fear, but because they find the escalation unbearable and ineffective. This retreat is not a surrender but a strategic pause, a way to preserve their emotional energy and maintain their sense of self. It's akin to the concept of emotional labor, where suppressing one's true feelings to meet external expectations can lead to emotional exhaustion. For these individuals, the shouting match is a form of emotional labor they refuse to perform, as it requires them to adopt a persona that is not genuinely theirs. This refusal is a form of boundary setting, a way to protect their psychological well-being. Moreover, this internal retreat can be linked to the psychological construct of sensory processing sensitivity, introduced by psychologist Elaine Aron. Highly sensitive individuals, as she terms them, process information deeply and are more affected by strong emotional stimuli. In the context of an argument, the intense emotional exchange can be overwhelming, triggering a retreat as a means of self-preservation. It's not that they are avoiding the conflict, rather, they are choosing a different approach to process and respond to it. This sensitivity is not a flaw but a strength, allowing them to consider multiple perspectives and respond in a more thoughtful and considered manner. Their retreat is a step back to gather their thoughts, to understand the underlying issues, and to respond in a way that aligns with their values. It's a testament to their authenticity, a commitment to stay true to their inner self, even in the face of external pressures. Focus on the real-life outcome. By staying silent, you provide a soft landing for the other person's anger, acting as a non-reactive mirror that helps them find themselves again. When tempers flare and voices rise, some individuals retreat into silence, a strategy that, while often misinterpreted as passivity, serves a unique and powerful purpose. By choosing not to engage in the heat of the moment, they create a psychological safe space. This silence isn't about surrender, it's about creating a buffer, a neutral zone where emotions can cool. Think of it like a sponge absorbing excess water. The angry outburst is the water, and the silence is the sponge, soaking up the intensity, allowing the other person to regain composure. This phenomenon can be linked to the psychological concept of emotional regulation, the process by which individuals influence which emotions they have, when they have them, and how they experience and express these emotions. The silence acts as a non-reactive mirror, reflecting back the other person's emotions without amplification or distortion. It's akin to the philosophical idea of the mirror of nature, proposed by Richard Rorty, where the observer reflects reality without imposing their own biases. In this case, the silent individual mirrors the other person's emotional state, providing them with an opportunity for self-reflection. For instance, if a partner raises their voice in frustration, the silent response doesn't escalate the conflict but instead creates a pause. This pause allows the angry partner to see their own emotions reflected back at them, often leading to a moment of self-awareness. It's like looking into a mirror after a long day and noticing the fatigue and stress etched on your face. The reflection doesn't judge or criticize, it simply shows you your current state, prompting you to take action, whether that's rest, self-care, or addressing the underlying issues. Moreover, this strategy can foster a sense of autonomy in the other person, aligning with self-determination theory, which posits that people are motivated by three innate psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. By not imposing their own opinions or reactions, the silent individual allows the other person to explore their feelings independently. They can then make their own choices about how to express and manage their emotions. For example, a parent might stay silent when their teenager vents about a bad day at school. This silence doesn't mean the parent is disengaged or dismissive. Instead, it provides the teenager with the space to process their emotions and develop their own coping strategies. The parent's silence communicates trust and respect for the teenager's ability to navigate their feelings, fostering a sense of autonomy and competence. This dynamic can lead to more meaningful and respectful relationships, where both parties feel valued and understood. Finalize by telling the viewer that their silence is a profound gift of safety. You are the anchor who stays steady so the relationship doesn't drift into the rocks. In the vast ocean of human interactions, some individuals choose to be the steady, silent anchors. Their silence, often misunderstood as withdrawal or disengagement, is in fact a powerful act of protection. It's not a lack of thought or feeling, but a conscious choice to provide safety in the storm of conflict. This behavior can be linked to the psychological concept of conflict avoidance, where individuals prioritize harmony and stability over confrontation. It's not about avoiding issues, but about navigating them in a way that preserves the relationship. Consider a couple in the midst of a heated argument. One partner might raise their voice, their words sharp and hurried. The other, however, remains silent, their eyes calm, their voice steady. They're not disengaged, but rather, they're absorbing the emotional waves, providing a stable point for the relationship to pivot around. This is the power of the anchor. They're not just avoiding conflict, they're preventing it from escalating into something more damaging. Their silence is not a vacuum, but a space for reflection and understanding. This silence is a profound gift of safety. It's not the silence of defeat, but the silence of strength. It's the silence that says, "First I'm here, steady and unshaken, so that we don't drift into the rocks of resentment and bitterness." It's the silence that allows the other person to express their feelings without fear of immediate retort. It's the silence that provides a safe harbor for the relationship to weather the storm. This concept is echoed in the philosophical thoughts of Friedrich Nietzsche, who wrote about the eternal recurrence. He suggested that one should live in such a way that they would willingly relive every moment of their life, including the painful ones. The anchor embodies this idea. They choose to stay present in the conflict, not to escape it, but to experience it fully and consciously. Their silence is not an escape, but a way of being fully present. It's a testament to their strength and commitment to the relationship. As we've explored, shutting down isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's a sophisticated coping mechanism, a way to preserve energy, maintain boundaries, and ultimately, protect one's sense of self. It's not about laziness or disinterest, but about high sensitivity, as psychologist Elaine Aron would put it, a trait that allows these individuals to process the world deeply and carefully. So, what can we take from this? First, let's practice empathy. Next time someone shuts down, remember, they're not giving up, they're regrouping. And if you're someone who shuts down, know that it's not a weakness, but a strength in disguise. It's your way of honoring your needs and maintaining your emotional well-being. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced this, either in yourself or others? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the fascinating world of psychology. Up next, we'll delve into another intriguing topic, the psychology of loneliness in crowded rooms. See you there.